You're going to need the recap.
And yeah, Doug might need a recap, but that's on him. I don't think Keg pays attention anyway, because we're live.
True.
Welcome back to the Red Hand of Doom, the Fancy Lads special edition series. We have the people who are here on time this week, which is Loam, played by Kate, Gronk, played by Brent. I've forgotten your real name. Holy shit. And so
Did you say Loam played by Keg?
Kate.
Eight.
Okay, yeah, sorry, Kate. I heard Keg and I was like,
That's
it's not
right.
called Keg.
And previously on the Red Hand of Doom, the party had made their way up through the Elsia Vale, or had landed in the Elsia Vale, being tasked to go here by her, Emma Watson, Hermione, one of those two.
Hermione played by Emma Watson.
To go to the Elsia Vale and stop the orc invasion of Obald Mini Arrows. As in the future, they had come to the Castle on the Hill, their tavern, and found it overrun by this orc army, and the entire region was overrun by these orcs. And they were having none of that, so they decided to go back in time and stop it at the source, as the orcs were already too entrenched in the future. And this was, the timeline we wanted to create, the one where orcs don't invade everything. From there, they made their way through...
The one where those orcs don't attack everything. Let's just leave that open to interpretation.
Yeah, our orcs are fine. They made their way through Drellin's Ferry into the Witchwood, where they met sort of a forward scout party of orcs that had taken over Vrath Keep, which is now, I think, known as Gronk Keep. And they fought and slew a dragon at the Skull Gorge Bridge before making their way up into the Witchwood, into Lake Rhest, where there were more dragons, more orcs, and sort of a hatchling area of dragonkin. Up there, they met a bunch of elves, in the Starsong woods, and with those elves was a cleric named Loam, who kind of jumped in to help the party with their fight against the dragon, the black dragon. I believe they scared the dragon away. I don't believe they killed it. I think it left.
No, I think we were unsuccessful in that one.
And the sort of orc general that was there, the sneaky orc general, also snuck away, I believe, as well. But their mission would still be considered a success, as they found a phylactery, a necklace of a lich druid named the Ghost Lord, and decided to take that to the elves of the Starsong Wood to have it sort of cleansed and destroyed, I believe was the plan. In and amongst that, they also went to Fantasy Bunnings and handed in a token, got some magical items, and resupplied. From here, it is the evening of the 10th day that they've been in the Elsia Vale, and the elves are lending them some giant owls so that they can make haste to the south, through Drellin's Ferry and beyond to the Thorn Waste, where the Ghost Lord dwells. As the Ghost Lord has certainly been pissed off that you have cleansed his phylactery and destroyed it with a ritual with the elves. And now, while he is vulnerable without a phylactery, it's time to kill the Ghost Lord. So we find ourselves on the evening of the 10th day, as I mentioned. Do we want to just describe our characters a little bit here so we can remind ourselves, because it has been multiple months since we've gone through it. Kate, do you want to go first?
Sure. So you've got Loam, a cleric, heavily wrapped up in like a sheer white, like traveling cloak. She wears a mask when she's around other people, not the party, to cover her very drow features. So she's got very dark purple skin, long elf ears.
Hello.
Here he is.
Yeah,
Hello.
Sorry, you jumped in. We were just giving a bit of a recap and describing everyone's characters.
Please go on.
So please continue, Kate.
across her skin is like cross-hatched golden scars, basically. And yeah, oh, she has white, opalescent eyes, so no pupils or anything that you can see. That's it.
Cool. Brent, can you describe Gronk for us, please?
Certainly. Gronk is a 6'8" behemoth of grey greenish muscle. He is a half orc barbarian. He's got a balding head, a long bushy beard, and he's wearing a quite revealing loincloth, so you can show off the physique of his muscled legs. And he's wielding a big old penis. Wait, no, great axe. Sorry, great axe is what he's wielding. Yes.
Thank you for that. Sadade.
I can only best describe Sadade as one from the depths of your nightmares. He is death himself, I think, at this point. Having taken so many lives and died so many times, he is the embodiment of death. Currently, he is wearing a skull. He's wearing a skull head as a headpiece, a dragon skull as a headpiece. He's got these neon green eyes poking from the skull, thanks to his night vision goggles. He is wearing dragon shoes that was made by Gronk. He's got a skull parrot that's alive on his shoulder, just like one you would see from Pirates of the Caribbean. And if you would have only seen him out of the corner of your eye, you would think that death itself is stalking you. But when you see him up close and personal, he is an old man, very wiry build, and a lot of wisdom in everything he does.
All right, and the automaton, the keg himself.
Keg is a small keg. He looks like, when he's standing still, he looks like he's a statue, but he's made entirely of redwood. His face is redwood, and it's sort of forged into the top of the keg. On his left arm, he's got a very big ornate shield. On his right arm, he's holding a tankard with a pointed sort of lid on it that he uses to crush people. And along his neck is carved into it, Ebrethil was here, and his eyes are glowing a deep green.
Excellent. And we were just saying, sort of as a bit of a recap, the group had faced off against a black dragon by the name of... I don't even know where I put the names of these things anymore. All right. A black dragon...
Reginax?
Reginax, who and the orc general Sarvith, Wormlord Sarvith, who both were frightened off and escaped, frightened off by incredible damage. And in the remains of the town of Rhest, which had been flooded, the party found this ghost lord phylactery, I believe some other treasures and things like that down there as well as a brood of dragon eggs, which they laid waste to. And as I was saying, the party had made their way to the Starsong elves and enlisted their help in a ritual to destroy the Ghost Lord's necklace, the phylactery that held his soul, and in doing so have brought the eye of the Ghost Lord upon them, and they had decided to head down through Drellin's Ferry down to the Thorn Waste to face this foe directly, as now is the best time to attack a lich when their phylactery is destroyed. Is there anything else that I'm missing, or anything else you remember, or questions you had about where we are at this stage?
What did we get from Fantasy Bunnings? Just does anyone remember? Because I'm guessing that's the game I didn't make it.
Loam got something from Gashapon.
Yeah, I got a healing potion, Waters of the Moonwell, with 5 charges.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
And we got a horn of fog that I found in some bags in the town of Rhest, along with some gold, which I think we spent. We
Is
spent
that
all of
just
our cash.
what do we spend it on?
What do we buy? We've got some potions of climbing. What else we got? We got some potions of greater healing.
That's, I think, what we always have needed. Yes.
Yep. That was about it. We just bought some stuff.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sweet.
Oh my
Go
god!
kill a dragon.
I couldn't have had 0. Where is it? Oh yeah, cool. Yep, ready. Let's go kill. No, let's go kill a phylactery. No, we killed a phylactery. Let's go kill a fucking lich.
So
Kill a
Which?
even
Which?
even with
Which?
the owls, though you can make excellent time. The Thorn Waste itself is a good sort of 3 days flight away, as you have to rest the beasts during the day, and fly at night. But you make your first kind of crossing, and you go through overnight and into the next morning, where you then have to sort of rest the owls, and camp. So if you haven't already, you can take a long rest. And I'm just going to roll some dice here.
Got it.
I can't see
just
anything
remember-
on Boundary.
It might take a little while to load up. It's been taking, yeah. Worst case scenario, until then, you can also see it on the live stream, if that helps.
Yeah, I can see it on the Twitch, but yeah, that's all good.
I think it's just because
Now-
there's so much adventure in this thing. It takes longer to load now. You know, there's just so much excitement.
The world is so deep.
That's right.
A follow-up question. This is for Gronk. Left until they start ransacking the places.
Let me have a quick look. See.
Should be a map somewhere. I'm pretty sure, but I don't know where it's hidden.
Yeah, I've got it.
Oh, there we go.
We're
Orc
supposed to be. Yep.
map. We said we're up to day 10.
We are up to day 10 now.
So you're at
Okay,
or
but-
the morning of day 11. But this is day 11 of
Or day
when
11.
you arrived.
Yep.
Yeah.
But we
Because
originally
it was
the original attack was supposed to hit in day 5, but we delayed it, and we've delayed it twice now. So we should be good for a couple of days. And
how did
then
we
we'll
delay?
be-
So I remember one we
I
took
don't know.
down the bridge.
We took down the bridge, and then we just decided to let them just take retake my fort, and then we've just basically abandoned Drellin's ferry to get attacked. We told them to prepare. They didn't believe us. They're gonna die. We'll catch them at Brindle. We've basically just abandoned the front line and be like, oh, it's fine.
Okay, yeah. Cool.
I think
so.
if-
As long as we don't go past day 35, by the looks of it, even then we've delayed them.
So just to correct you a little bit, I think you went through Drellin's Ferry, said, we'll take care of the threat in the woods. You went and took care of the threat in the woods, fell down the river, and then went straight up north. You never went back and told them that a bigger army was coming.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm pretty sure that's exactly what happened.
Well, they're all gonna die, so we're gonna go with my history, and then no one needs to know. It's fine.
Fair.
We will be the victors. We can rewrite the history the way I see it, Dan. And Drellin's ferry was sacrificed for a greater good. We will save Brindle.
All right. Sounds good.
If we lose, I'm a war criminal.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, you do have a chance at this stage, as you are heading kind of towards Drellin's Ferry and have to fly through it, or fly over it to get to the Thorn Waste. Do you intend to stop at the city, or do you intend to just fly past?
I might just drop a note. Do you just drop a note down, write it.
No, we'd say don't split the party, but if we split, one of us just goes in there, just warn the mayor, and then fly back out non-stop.
That's fine. I'll drop a note. It'll be fine.
Okay. Sweet. So you said rest the beast for a couple of hours during the sort of the high points of the day, and then take wing again. While you're flying sort of late at night, can I get a perception check from each of you?
I have no character sheet because the Foundry is not loading.
All right. You can roll in D&D Beyond. It couldn't be easier.
I like that. How do I roll in this again? Considere.
It's a bit of a relearning process. It's only been, what, a year?
Yeah.
Yes. So how do I do this?
So you double click your character sheet. Oh, your token.
Yep,
and it brings up your character sheet. And then there is a perception in the attributes section. So you can click that.
Click that. Oh, there we go. 17, baby.
Cool. The rest of you are sort of more focused on holding on for dear life to these owls. I believe, Loam, you have an owl to yourself. Keg, you have an owl to yourself, although it is like carrying Kegasus in its talons. And then Saudade and Gronk, I believe, are sharing an owl. Is how
Actually, I'm probably being carried, and I think Saudade's probably riding it.
Okay, perfect. Sounds good. Saudade, you see as you're sort of looking out west and over the hills and woods and stuff like that. You see many torches lighting up, or sort of what looks like many war camps off on the horizon, lighting up the woods itself and beyond to the north up in the mountains. It's difficult, obviously, to make out from this distance, any particular numbers, but it looks massive.
Are you trying to say it's like over here?
Yes. Yeah. There are some lights and things. Well, it's hard to tell with the forest because obviously it's a dense forest. But there appears to be just a string of like lights, torches, and massive dust clouds, just off in the northwest.
Okay, I say to Gronk, because remembering that I think they were mustering there before Skull Gorge, and then they were going to move down. That's when they were going to do their attacking phase. So it looks like they're about to start their attacking phase. I say to Gronk as we fly past.
Yeah, you can especially see what appears to be a huge camp on the other side of like where the bridge was. But I believe did you guys destroy the bridge, or did you just kill the dragons on it?
No, we destroyed it, I'm pretty sure.
No, we didn't. We fell off the bridge.
Fell off the bridge fighting the dragon.
Trying to kill the dragon.
Yeah, we didn't destroy the bridge.
Yeah. Okay,
I
cool.
thought we destroyed it. Oh man, that really stuffs up our plan about destroying that bridge.
Yeah,
We
so
should
you
go
can
back and destroy the bridge.
you can definitely see what appears to be an army crossing that bridge for sure. In terms of, there just looks to be lots of lights, set up their bonfires, and just huge dust clouds of what you can only assume is sort of marching figures.
Can I tell Gronk, in that note that you're currently writing, because obviously it looks like we're passing over Drellin's Ferry at the moment. Can you write down 5 days imminent attack, incoming? Head to Brindle.
Well, you do get an opportunity as you sort of fly throughout the night, and then you get to a point where it's getting early morning, and you can choose to stop in the town to rest your birds, or you can kind of try and press on and get a little bit further and rest out in the wilds.
I reckon we have to rest in the town, and we just tell everyone to get to Brindle. What do you think, Brent?
Yeah, that's a smart idea.
Cool. So you rest you get into the town, and let me pull up Drellin's Ferry.
That's a quick load.
So you guys are over here. We'll go all the way over here with the owls. All right, and so you sort of land in the morning. You're able to go into the inn. If you remember the sort of main place in the town, what was its name? Dan should know this. The green apple. And inside are sort of people just starting about their day, starting to sort of get their breakfast on and so on. As you kind of land outside out the back and are able to kind of wander in, you can smell the smell of cooking, bacon, eggs frying up in the back, and so on. There's plenty of people around, just sort of generally starting to go about their morning.
Now, who actually owns Drellin Ferry? Like, who runs it?
There was a sort of like a mayor or like a town speaker.
It's fine. We try and find the town speaker.
Okay. So you start asking around, and someone sends, a young boy to go running to go find him. After sort of half an hour or so, you've sat down at the inn and maybe gotten a glass of warm milk for breakfast. Except for Gronk, I assume he's lactose intolerant. I just don't know why.
Jesus, man, they just do it to me.
Is he vegan?
Could he be? No, surely not.
No, I assume he's like purely carnivorous, like he just eats meat.
Yeah, he's on that hardcore. He's on that Jordan Peterson diet.
Actually walk around trying to convince people to stop eating vegetables.
So yeah, after
of them, one of his many fears.
After about half an hour, the town speaker, Norro Whiston, steps into the inn's common room. Captain Serana follows him, along with another tall, broad-shouldered woman with blonde grey hair. The speaker, Norro, kind of ushers the rest of the townsfolk out of the room, and one of the some halflings that run the inn kind of help him move people out, and with the room to just the six of you, they sit down across from you, and Whiston says, "Well, what happened? What sort of trouble are we in for?"
Well, mate, good news and bad news. Good news, there's no longer a dragon that's gonna. Oh,
This is
hey,
what
he looks like Morgan Freeman. He's played by Morgan Freeman now.
I was thinking Carl Weathers.
Yeah. I think either are a good choice. Anyone else want to weigh in with this? Who should be playing this person?
I like a Morgan Freeman for this sort of wise sort of. He's seen a few things, he sort of takes most of it in stride. He's got a bit of a humor about him.
So good news is there's not going to be a dragon anymore. Trying to, you need to worry about up north. We beat it, so that's a big plus.
Oh, that is good.
Yeah, I just want you to remember that. Just keep that in mind.
We didn't know there was a dragon threatening our town. I'm glad that
you didn't need to know.
That's been resolved.
Yeah. And that keep that had all the orcs in it.
Yes,
I now own it.
The orc raiding parties that were coming through here. Yes, you took care of them.
We killed them. Yes, I now own that keep, and I show him the deed to the Wrath Keep, which I have.
Oh,
I think you owe him some money, to be honest.
Oh yeah, we need to talk about the internal revenue service around here, but we'll get to that later.
well, yes, I think in times gone by, lords and nobility of the area who maintained the keeps and the strongholds, they did levy taxes from the surrounding populace in exchange for obviously protection and organization and representation.
Exactly. We need you to organize and represent these people as you escape to Brindle. We'll tax you later.
That's the bad news.
What do you mean escape to Brindle? I thought you said you took care of the dragon, you took care of the orcs. So there shouldn't be any more raids.
But we weren't able to destroy the bridge. The bridge was actually a lot bigger than we thought it was going to be. You made it sound like it was
huge.
You made it sound like it was a rope bridge. It was actually the biggest stone bridge we've ever seen.
Okay, there's a bridge, but I mean, how?
Long story short, there's an army heading your way. You've got 5 days to clear this place out. Maybe even put down some booby traps just to slow them down a bit. But really, get everyone off to Brindle. That's where our stronghold is. And yeah, maybe cut this rope bridge that's going to help people get across.
Drellin's ferry has got to have no ferry. Drellin's just got to be Drellin's. No more ferry.
We can rebuild. We can rebuild.
He says, I mean, orcs are coming, but you can stop them. You stopped them before. When you say enormous, you mean like 100 or so, right? We could probably help. We have a militia.
You want to Gronk, you tell him this situation. How many?
There are tens of thousands of very, very angry, very, very large orcs coming your way.
Tens of thousands.
I try to intimidate him and make him I get up in his face and I grab him to make him understand what is coming towards this man.
Yeah, you show him all 10 fingers, and then I show him my 10 fingers.
Show
Many orcs.
Give me an intimidation check.
Sure thing. I'm trying to get old man. There we go.
We give him an honesty check as well.
10. It's not great.
You don't seem super intimidating.
What can we do for convincing? What's a convincing one? Give me 2 seconds here while I figure out how do we persuasion. I'm going to roll a persuasion. Because that's a negative. That's a 4. That's a 4.
He's like, look, orcs, present company excluded, typically aren't very organized. They don't band together. They are rivals with each other. We've never seen an orc army in the thousands, maybe a couple of hundred. We have raiding parties here and there, but surely you must be mistaken.
I bust out the orc map. I slam it down on the table, and I say, well, this is how organized they have become. As you can see, all tribes muster here. And then they say, Drellin's Ferry, attack day 5. Can use the dwarf bridge. Can we use the dwarf bridge?
He says, I guess they're well informed. The dwarf bridge, though, is still incomplete. All we have is the ferry to get across the river.
Oh, they're going to try and complete it so they can move all their heavy arsenal across. Like we said, you can take it and leave it, but it's 10,000 people coming your way. Can
you do us at least one favor? Do you have a small teenage boy needs a coming of age story that we can send to all the towns towards Brindle and just warn them, get them to run in, and even if you're going to be stubborn about it?
Yes.
You want to help us convince him? We've got no convincing skills between the two of us.
What's Keg and what's Loam doing during this time?
Keg's wandered off. He's looking for a pub.
You're in a pub.
Keg's wandered off. He's drinking in the corner. The bartender's looking at him, waiting for him to put some gold or whatever the currency is on the table. That's not happening.
Yeah, the halfling bartender keeps plying Keg with drink, but then keeps looking over at sort of the serious conversation that's happening in the other half of the room, and looking back at Keg, looking a little bit wondrous. You've found not just a halfling, but sort of a teenage lad who doesn't really understand.
So this is the teenage lad I'm going to send. Excellent. All right, you're having a coming of age adventure, young man.
Since I've rolled a 22 for performance, Keg is telling wondrous war stories about the fancy lads, and the bartender is just looking at him in glee and just pouring more drinks.
Yeah, so much so that I think the bartender, instead of filling up the mug with ale or pouring wine, he just seems to be grabbing the wrong bottle and just pouring straight liquor into Keg's tankard whenever there's a chance. Does Keg? How does Keg gesticulate a lot when he's telling his stories, or is he rock solid, tank it out, deadpan telling the story? Like, how does that work?
No, he's very animated. He likes to get the crowd involved. He likes to ask other people what they would do. Yeah, he really wanders through it.
Yeah, so he's obviously been spending a lot of time with Barnaby back in the day, picking up on that extravagant sort of storytelling nature. And then, but you know, the best part about it with that excellent performance score is that when he goes to top up your your tank head, you're able to just kind of match where the bottle is at all times. And not a single drop is spilt. But yeah, this halfling is enraptured by your stories, and I think forgets to ask for payment.
Excellent.
Making those yarns, mate. We're not having to pay.
The mayor, Whiston, says, I suppose you're right. What do you want us to do? We can send someone off to warn the other towns. I fear that any advance parties that are already across the river elsewhere, they will be at risk. But we can start gathering people and sending them right away. How long do we have?
5 days.
3 days.
We've just flown over from the Witchwoods. And which woods, you might be asking? Those woods in the north. My owl, as you can see over there, and I point over to these gigantic owls that are sleeping in a barn. And I did start seeing them. We did see big dust clouds walking over what we could assume is that large stone bridge you didn't tell us about.
Yeah, I mean, our original thing was we just wanted you to head into the Witchwood and handle what we thought were just like an orc raiding party that was stationed in there. We had no idea that they were mustering sort of north of the bridge.
Oh no, it is the end days. You guys need to run and scream terribly in the opposite direction.
To move. And if you want to, destroy the dwarf bridge, whatever you've done with the dwarf bridge so far, just to kind of slow them down a little bit more. You know?
Well, the dwarf bridge, and if you sort of zoom out a bit on the map we have here, you can see that the dwarf bridge is just the pillars that are in the water.
Take away those pillars, knock them down. Anything that you've done, destroy it.
We didn't make it. This is the sort of what's remained of the dwarf bridge. There's no actual bridge part for them to cross. We'd been contemplating rebuilding it, but the ferryman guild had been pushing back on it a fair bit because they enjoyed the monopoly here.
Well, when you come back after we burn down this ferry right now, maybe you want to rebuild the bridge.
But I mean, we have to evacuate the west side of the town.
Kronk starts walking towards the ferry and starts.
Yeah.
I whisper to the guy who's like in charge of the militia. I forget what his name is.
The lady.
But
yeah.
Sorry. Wow, I am.
That's
Sarana,
a check, captain of the town guard.
I whisper to her, by the way, burning the Witchwood is not a bad option. If you want to just burn it down right now, you could take out a whole army. But I can't say that out loud. And I start pointing to Keg.
Keg's enthralled in his own story. He doesn't even hear.
He's a bit sensitive. He doesn't like this option, but burning down the Witchwood is a very good option.
Keg just got to the part where he kills yet another dragon.
Pointing to the dragon skull on Saudade's head, just like that one right there. I killed it. That was me.
I killed it so good, mate.
As you're having this aside, Saudade, with the captain of the guard, you hear a horn to the west. Gronk, give me a history check.
Certainly, sir.
Actually, Saudade, you can give me one too.
Certainly, sir. Is there an easier way to bring up my character sheet without pressing on my icon?
I mean, you can either do it from D&D Beyond, or if you go into up at the top right, there's an actors directory that should show you like all the like a list of all the characters, or like you open up the PC Fancy Lads folder, you can click on yourself in there.
Brilliant. Cool. Awesome. Thanks.
Cool. 15 and 14. Bronk, Saudade, you definitely you know this is an ancient sound, and one that's very relevant to your past. This is the sound of an orc advance party.
I tell the others. Oh, sorry.
No, you go.
No, you go. I didn't know who he said, either Gronk or Saudade. I think now I can hear in my head it said Gronk. You go.
It's both of you. Both of you are got it. Yeah.
Orcs in the distance. Take down the ferry.
I say.
I'm start hacking.
So
I said that's the first party. That's the scouting party. You need to slow. You either need to kill them, so they don't get word back, or you got to start getting out of here. Let's start getting everyone out.
Serana says, we'll take the ferry over, and we have to start evacuating the West Bank. We can't destroy the ferry until we've got as many people across as we can. Can you hold them off and buy us time?
And that's when we fought all the armies in the pyramid. I mean, all of them, mate. There was just waves of people coming. And I mainly fought the back myself. My friends, the fancy lads, etc., etc.
Yep. How's Loam?
Ron begrudgingly agrees and takes off, however, bounding across each of the, like jumping from step to step on the dwarf bridge.
Give me an athletics check.
It's a very long way, man.
This ferry's coming down. Let me tell you, this ferry's coming down and bringing it down one way or another. So, also doing athletics. Sorry,
30 feet jump.
it's fine. I got it. Athletics or acrobatics?
Athletics.
Cool.
Oh, better than the Olympic long jumpers. Gronk takes off at a run. Hoists himself up, does a pull up onto the things, and starts just sort of leaping across and across and across.
I'm glad you have all the fun.
After about 60 seconds, pardon?
Can I make it that whole way?
Well, it takes you some time, right? Like you, but as long as you sort of maintain momentum, you kind of keep leaping. It's sort of like the triple jump in the Olympics, very topical right now. And it takes a good minute or so to cross, running across that way. The
Ninja Warrior.
Yeah. The captain of the guard sort of goes over to the people sort of manning the ferry and starts sort of shouting orders across to get the ferry onto the West Bank, so that they can start evacuating people from that side of the river.
As I land in, I want to start yelling orc attack, and then everyone's a little bit concerned because they're not sure if I'm just warning everyone.
Yeah, give me another intimidation check to see if this, because people are kind of just looking at you weirdly. This sort of half naked orc that's turned up on the riverbank here.
Still not great.
No, they're not super impressed.
Not angry enough.
There is, though, if you remember, Gausler does come out. So the orc, he's wearing sort of like a rag in his head, like an apron, and he comes out. He's got sort of a keg of beer over one shoulder, and sort of sees you, and he's like, "Oh, Gronk, what are you prattling on about?"
War party, 150 feet to the north.
He just sort of goes, "Oh, crap! They're actually coming," and he just sort of you see him thinking about it for a second, and then he puts down the keg and starts kind of shouting and helping you. It takes a little while, but people start mustering to move towards the ferry itself. What are the rest of you doing?
I think Loam has kind of run back to the owls and her shadow fat and gone to like mount her and fly across the other side to see if she can start like grabbing a couple of people and like ferrying them herself across to
Sure.
the eastern side.
Yes, good move.
Cool.
Just to speed up the process a bit.
Yeah. Sadati and Keg.
So Daddy's going to jump because the ferry's already started moving. He's going to jump up on the main line, and he's going to tightrope across it, but very, very quickly.
Cool.
Because
That is
he's
definitely an
gonna
acrobatics.
He's going to smash at this acrobatics check, and then I've said it out loud. Whew, +7. 20,
Yeah.
baby. 20.
That's right. So you start sprinting across, and it takes you sort of probably about less time than Gronk, but you sort of make your way across. Keg, you find yourself alone outside the bar with a full tankard, telling your story to thin air as like people have started moving, screaming, like starting packing like what they have.
That's great. Okay. Can I see the shore that people are running to? This rope bridge? I assume
Yeah.
I can. Yeah. Okay. That's awesome. So I'm going to run down to the water and I'm going to start picking up children and lobbing them as far as I can.
Okay.
Into the water.
Like, where are you throwing them from, and where are you throwing
In
them
the general
to?
direction of escape.
Okay, yeah. So you get, as people sort of come swarming out of their homes, you're sort of standing in the middle of this intersection, just like grabbing people and throwing them behind
Children.
you. Children mostly, yeah. Sometimes even just small humans, or even halflings and
children.
dwarves. Yeah.
Nice.
Like
no one over 12.
The occasional gnome, adult gnome, gets just hurled over your shoulder.
Exactly.
Cool. All right, you guys get a bunch of. Give me an athletics check, Keg, for this.
No problem. Wow, that's 3 dice. Too many dice.
How many times do you need to click? We'll take the first one, the 22. So yeah, you're hucking people out. So we'll say you get out.
Children.
Mostly children. Yeah. Loam, can you give me an animal handling check to see how well you can like pick people up? Direct this owl to pick up these panicking people as they see sort of a giant bird descend upon them. Oh, yeah, absolutely. So you're able to save a bunch of people as well.
Loam, not too shabby.
Can we can I also roll like a perception check while I'm up in the air to see how far away the advanced party is from the orcs?
Absolutely.
Perception.
I feel like after you roll a 24, the next one's not going to be that wild.
Still pretty good.
No, it's pretty wild.
19.
Pretty wild.
Yeah, so as you sort of circle up into the sky to sort of gain a bit of height and see up the path up into the Witchwood, you see the first thing you see is 3 warg riders come barreling out of the woods, making a beeline for or down the road towards the town. And at their heels are 2 hellhounds. And they're sort of the first to break out from the woods. While you're watching, and as they get closer to the city, to the town itself, you see another group of orcs, another sort of 6-7 orcs break the tree line and are kind of running towards the city as well, or the town.
I just kind of yell this to the party as I'm going backwards and forwards, and as I see them.
Cool. All right, so you guys get sort of maybe another round to kind of act before you think those warg riders and so on are going to reach the place.
I'm going to take position on this rooftop to the north and see if I can't get a flying leap into action as they come down the road.
Cool. Yeah. Give me an athletics check to kind of hoist yourself up, climb up the thing.
Certainly. $21.
Nice.
Yeah. So you sort of leap up a drain pipe, push yourself up onto the roof. Let's put you up there.
Thank you.
I think I'd like to do something similar, but on the owl and just to the building on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
So I can be kind of waiting for them to come out.
Sure thing.
I'm gonna hide in the trees over here, but I'm actually gonna do a stealth check to hide. So that I can do a sneak attack afterward. But as I'm running, I'm telling everyone, don't bring any belongings. Just get to the goddamn raft.
Cool. So this old man with a dragon skull helmet and dragon leather shoes is yelling at them, and then just sort of throws himself into a bush.
Excellent.
Keg.
Could you just wobble me around on the map, because I don't know where I am.
You're on the eastern side of the bank.
By myself?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And they're on that side as well?
They're on the western side of the bank. So
Okay,
Keg's over here on the east.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to try and athletics across the bridge.
Okay. So you're going to follow, try and follow Gronk's example, and
on my Foundry I can see the world map, but I'm looking at the Twitch to see the.
Okay. Yeah. So.
Yeah. I'll run across that athletics check.
Yes, please.
It's not good.
It's not great. So you climb up onto the first sort of bridge stanchion, and then throw yourself, and sort of have to catch yourself. Like you just kind of catch yourself on the next bit. Then you have to like lift yourself up again, throw yourself. You're probably going to be about halfway across as we roll initiative now.
That's all right. Better than being on the wrong side.
Yeah. Cool.
Maybe. We'll see what happens.
All right, we've got a big map here. Sweet. Let's go. Lime, add to thing. Gronk. Set out and Keg. I assume you obviously left Kegasus behind, seeing as Kegasus cannot climb up bridge stanchions.
He'll fly across.
Sure. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Good. No, good to hear. Can everyone roll initiative for me, please? Keg, do you want me to do that for you? If you're able to.
No, I can do that. Yeah, I can see. It's gone to everything normal, and the world map's big. It's just that small map that we're playing on. I can't see.
Yeah, I can try and refresh it here. Let me go activate, and then activate to bring us across. There you go. That work?
That worked. Come on, initiative, roll. No. Hey, there we go. I'm in. Don't know what was going on. I was taking a bit to load up.
Natty 20. Oh,
very nice.
No.
So Gronk, you are first to act as you see warg riders, outriders, making their way into town, as well as a number of hounds sort of barking and whatnot. And you find yourself sort of up on the roof of the building.
How many of these townsfolk have made it onto the
raft?
Yeah.
So probably like there's a 2 or 3 actually on the raft.
Yeah.
But there's still another 12, 15 sort of townsfolk.
Okay, so these people haven't really moved. Okay.
Yeah.
What I'm going to do, I'm going to use this horn of fog to try and... Let me see if I can't make a square to show you. To try and make a wall of fog between these two buildings so that like it covers them as they try and scurry towards the... And also maybe make the orcs less likely to push through. So they're going to try and keep them trapped up here. Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. So you...
I don't know how big this is going to be. Yeah.
How big can it be according to the fog?
All I've got is literally a thing that says found a horn of fog.
Okay.
I haven't got it. You haven't given me the item or anything.
Oh, sorry. Okay, yeah. So essentially, when you blow on the horn, it creates the spell Fog Cloud, which is a 20-foot radius sphere of fog centered on a point within 120 feet. I'll
How big does
remove
make
that.
this? Cheers.
So 20 feet sphere.
Yep.
And it lasts for 1 hour. The fog. Cool. So you're. Do you want me to draw that 20 feet?
Yeah, between these two. Yeah, between these two buildings, please. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So you kind of create this sort of air, this fog kind of. Can you give me the fog, the horn sound, please? It's very important. Cool.
Like an eerie foghorn, yeah.
Yeah. So the an eerie foghorn. A stream of fog spreads out between the walls here. The first warg, sort of at the front of the rank, starts running up, sees this sort of blockage, crashes to a halt, and let's see if they see Saudade hiding there. What was your stealth roll, Saudade? It's like a 9.
It's pretty good, man. It was a 9.
Yeah. Now this warg kind of sees you, changes position, and comes at you. And he's going to bite. It's 19 to hit.
Let me triple check. I'm pretty sure that is my AC, so yes.
Cool. You take 9 piercing damage, and I need you to make a DC 13 strength saving throw.
50. Sorry. What was it? The strength saving throw?
Yeah. You need to get a 13 or higher.
Saving throw. Got it.
Boom.
Boom. 20 altogether at least.
Cool. You are not knocked prone as the warg tries to get you in its jaws and sort of drag you to the ground, but you're able to kind of skip out of the way.
Okay, cool.
So that was the fair warg that attacked you. Next up, we have the social justice hellhound. It's in the wrong campaign.
I'm wearing my judge's pin, so it shouldn't attack me.
That's right.
Same.
It's going to run forward. Its keen senses. What's its speed, actually? 50 feet. With its keen senses, it does not care about the fog and just keeps running. But has to use its entire movement to do so.
We're about to see some people die. Jesus.
Loam.
Only innocence, mate. Only the innocent.
I'm going to cast the Guardian of Fate.
Mhm.
And I'm going to put it just behind that other one. Oh, that's 40 foot. I've got 30 feet. There we go. So I'll put it there.
Yep. Do you want
to?
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I want to kind of get that one's attention. So the Guardian of Faith is like a very bright light with a large weapon.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I'm just kind of trying to intimidate that one that's running after the townspeople and try and get it to look at the Guardian instead.
Cool. So the Guardian of Faith. Can you just read out the spell to me? Because I've forgotten what.
Any creature hostile. Sorry?
Yeah, go
on. So any creature hostile to you that moves to a space within 10 feet of the Guardian for the first time on a turn must succeed on a dexterity saving throw. The creature takes 20 radiant damage on a failed save or half on success. The Guardian vanishes when it's dealt a total of 60 damage.
Cool. So you've created this sort of ethereal Guardian of Light, this sort of this light weapon that lands there and hovers just beyond the fog cloud. So those sort of on the other side of the fog cloud, all they see is like this sort of dark fog and then some sort of light beyond it, which is probably very scary. Occupies instinct except for a gleaming sword. Any creature hostile to you that moves to a space within 10 feet of the Guardian for the first time. Yeah, so it's lighting that area up, but it only attacks people that move towards it, essentially.
Okay.
Or past it. Any other movement or action or bonus actions?
No.
Okay. Keg, how you doing out there, buddy?
I'm continuing to run across the bridge.
Give me an athletics check.
Can't do that. My foundry's frozen again.
Oh no. I'll roll one for you.
Thank you.
That's much better.
Sorry, I'm watching on the Twitch though.
Yeah, to make sure fair play all round. So you make it onto the other side of the riverbank.
Hell yeah! I want to get up on top of that. Sorry. Oh, I want to get up on top of that building in front of me.
Okay, so yeah, if you start legging it for that building, you don't quite make it all the way up the building yet with your kind of stunted speed that you have. But you can definitely see the rest of the town square, and I think that's going to be your turn for this one. Cool. The caring warg starts running forward, also sees the fog cloud, and the rider kind of reins him back, sees the attacks on Sadade, and also spins that way, but had to use his full range of actions to do so. So you're fine there, Sadade. Sadade, yes, your turn.
Alrighty. So this is what Sadade loves doing. He loves being surrounded by people and getting attacked. So what he's going to do is he's going to launch a spear right into the mouth of the warg that's attacking him.
Mm-hmm.
And hoping that just because I've said it so specifically, it's going to do more damage.
Mm.
So I forget how to do this. I hit the warg. Oh,
You can
how
just
do I attack?
if you want to just roll this spear attack, and I'll know that it's on that warg.
Yeah, cool. So inventory, staff of healing. Oh, I've got a staff of healing. Why do I have a staff of healing?
What's it called? Here it is. I was just reading it. Found a magical staff with a snake effigy. That one.
Number one, where did I get this from?
I don't know.
We found it in Varath Keep basement.
Shit. Okay, I really need to start reading these things. So it says roll alternative roll. I don't know which one. So I roll for attack, don't I?
Yeah.
Attack roll. Yep. So my first attack didn't work.
No.
Guessing a 10 doesn't hit it.
It does not.
Roll my second attack. There's a 14 look.
14's good. Just roll.
So I roll a damage attack. Oh, versatile damage. Oh, baby. 12.
Yep, so 12 on that closest warg. Yeah, it's quite a good thrust there into the sort of jowls of the warg itself. It tries to bite down on the spear, and it doesn't like that at all.
Then I attack it again. This time it's with my bare hands. So 21.
21 will hit.
Oh, I'm sorry. This should be an arm strike. Now I'm going to.
So give me the damage.
Yep, need to give you the damage. Oh, 10. Shit. Nice roll. So 22 damage altogether. I'm now going to take I'm going to spend a key point. Where do I use key points here?
So either a key point to do a second, I think it's like your 2 unarmed strikes.
No, I'm going to do the one. I'm going to do the one where I'm like constantly dodging.
Okay.
But I don't know where I find that. Where do I find key? Oh, here we go. I'm going to subtract a key point.
Cool.
I don't know what it rolled.
I'll just ignore that one. But yeah, so you get into your patient defense. You spend 1 key point to take the dodge action as a bonus action on your turn. Cool. So that means any attacks on you have disadvantage. Next up, we got the creepy warg, who can, he sees you. He's sort of sprinting forward on this warg, Gronk, and sort of stops short of going into the fog, and he's going to try and throw a javelin up at you, but you're going to have partial cover, as obviously you're sort of further back on the roof itself.
Cool.
So you got the high ground, Gronk.
You got the high ground, so we'll give you a +4 on your AC for this attack.
Nice.
Does a 23 hit still?
Yes.
You take 8 piercing damage.
Cool.
I tried. The protective hellhound, it's going to run forward and through the spirit guardian's nonsense. So what did it have to do? Loam had to make a dex saving throw. Was that right?
A dexterity saving throw.
It fails, which I believe means
So
it takes
20 radiant damage.
Oh yeah. So as it runs through, smelling its prey, it can't smell. Oh, I can hear myself. It can't smell the radiant guardian, so it just plows through the fog cloud, and like a dog that's you've thrown a ball to. It kind of starts skidding as it sort of sees this guardian, and just strips of flesh being burnt off this creature as it runs through, using its entire action to kind of sprint through the area. Next up, we've got Gronk.
I want to take a flying jump off this roof and land on the back of that other warg, and then kick the orc off.
Okay.
And steal the warg.
All right, well, give me an attack roll to see, essentially to try and axe this guy on the back of the warg.
22, sir.
Yeah, I think and what's the damage?
Doesn't have to die.
No.
11.
Yeah, cool. So let's see if we can get a warg. So then, as you sort of you land on the warg with him, give me an athletics check. It's gonna be an athletics contest to kind of see who comes out on top of this.
Stays on. Yeah. I'm just so much stronger.
Yeah, you fly kick him off the warg, and he kind of lands underneath the bush here, bruising mostly his ego. Takes a bit of damage, and you are now on top of this warg. It is sort of fighting and thrashing against you.
Absolutely, it's not going to be happy at all.
Yeah. Give me an animal handling check.
Okay. Close.
Oh, yeah. It's super not happy about this.
Yeah.
This thing. You've still got one more attack if you'd like to make it. I'd sort of consider that your first.
I'd like to just try and settle down this wall if I can. Maybe
So
grab it around its neck and try and hold. Yeah, just the rest of this turn is trying to get it under some, trying to break it in.
Okay.
Like a bronco.
Yeah. So to give up the rest of your action, I'll let you make another animal handling check. So it's like you've had,
2 goes of it.
Yeah.
I've gotten worse.
Yeah. It's not super stoked about it, and we'll deal with that on your turn, or on its turn. The warg that you've been attacking, Saudade, it's going to try and make an attack against you with disadvantage. Sorry, Kate?
Oh, I was going to also give it disadvantage, but if it's already got it, that's fine.
Yeah, because Saudade is doing his Tai Chi in the park defensive maneuvers. Actually, whilst these, because we got to the end of the round, I think these people move an extra. These people are running. So you're getting closer to the ferry itself. Except for one of them who dares not move because there's...
Can't click the icon.
No, because there's hounds right up on them. They're sort of being cornered by these 2 hounds.
Where's the guard? Where's
Where's my orc mate? Or is he helping escape?
Yeah, he's sort of helping people get onto the ferry.
Right.
Does a 15 hit your AC, Saudade?
Oh, not a chance.
No. Okay, so that's no good. The other hound, starting near the guardian, has to make a dexterity saving throw.
What's that for?
Does a 13 succeed?
Nope.
Okay. So he's going to take 20 radiant damage.
Yeah.
And this hound is with advantage because of its pack tactics. Grabs this sort of this townsfolk person and just mauls them to death. Loam.
So can I? That person's well dead. Should I have medicine check or something like that? I can tell they're dead.
Oh yeah, they have the flesh ripped from them. Part of the flesh that you can see exposed is also burnt. Yeah.
They're proper dead.
They're proper dead. I can't see anywhere written in my Guardian of Faith spell, but can I move?
Can you move it?
Yeah, can I move the Guardian?
I don't think so.
Alright, I will leave it there, but I am going to fireball. Yeah, I'm going to fireball the two that just killed that poor villager.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh. That didn't roll to, they get a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Or they take that much damage.
Jesus.
Yeah.
How much damage?
29.
Oh my god.
So the fireball goes off. The two dogs just sort of look up as this sort of pinprick of light flies out of Loam's hands and then expands to a small sun, scorching the area behind these people. The shield guardian's unaffected. Some of the fog is perhaps burnt away a little bit. The two dogs don't even dodge. They look up at the fireball, and the flames can just kind of lick off their skin. They seem unaffected by the fire.
Okay.
They also
I just kind of yell that to the other guys. They're immune to fire.
Hellhounds. What are you gonna do?
I mean, they're immune to my dance moves.
No one is.
No one's
I'm really happy with myself.
That was very good, but no one's immune to your pelvic sorcery, said Ade. Keg.
Keg was going to have a go at Speak with Animal. Actually, you know what? I'm still going to do it because they probably loved that they just got tickled by fire. I was like, oh, Loam set them on fire. They would be happy about that. They might be, actually. So I'm going to cast Speak with Animals on it.
Okay. So what is... you gain the ability to comprehend and verbally communicate with beasts for the duration. All right, so yeah, you can hear... and you can kind of understand the wolves are like, tickles, rip, tear, rip, tear, rip, tear. Like they're kind of just like egging each other on. And you can kind of hear them howling and barking to each other that, lots of prey, food, prey.
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to yell out, did you like that, boys? Did you like that tickling?
And they look up, they look over to you and, look from you to the food and go, tree, not prey. Meat is prey. Meat, eat. Hunt, chase, rip, tear.
This is not going as well as I wanted it to. Time for plan B. Run and swing my tankard at them.
Okay, so you want to start running in that direction?
Yes, please.
Okay, what's your speed?
30.
30 feet? Okay, so you get to here.
One of the problems with being melee.
Yeah. You get to... Oh no, because you use your action to cast Speak with Animals, you can't dash.
Mm-hmm. That's all right. They'll come to me now.
What? Yeah, are you yelling obscenities at them? Like you trying to get their attention?
Now I am. Sure, why not? I was trying to be nice to them, but now I'm saying in wolf speak, your mother's a bitch.
Oh, all right. They're focused on you now.
Because they're dogs, Daniel.
Yeah.
Daniel.
I get it.
Dogs.
Daniel. It's
Whoa.
because they're dogs.
Oh.
Dogs, Daniel.
Thank you. Why? I don't see any inspiration.
The dogs turn to you, see you, and go, "Not prey, but stick. Fetch. We bring back."
Oh no.
Excellent. I can't wait for this.
The other warg that's in front of you sort of comes in. Saudade is going to also attack with a disadvantage. That's one. Does a
Confident.
14, I assume, does not hit?
Another chance, mate.
No, it's your turn.
All right. So as I'm like just casually dodging these wolves, and like one of them like tries to go for my throat, and I just catch its mouth, and I'm just like, bad boy, and I just I'm doing an unarmed strike, but I'm trying to I guess rip its mouth open on this one, and that's the one that's I've been doing a bit of damage to already.
Yeah.
So I click on myself, click on inventory, unarmed strike. I'm doing an attack roll, and 18 I think hits.
It does.
Damage 6. So I'm like, I like rip its mouth, and like, it yelps a little bit because it's like, that hurts. And I get my spear, and I now like shove my spear into its face. Attack roll. Yeah, 18 hits. Versatile damage. Just another 6.
How do you want to do
Good
this?
looking. So I've ripped its mouth, and it's like gone back, and like it's whelped. It's dislocated its jaw, and then I've just driven the spear straight through its like skull, and I'm like, and as it falls over, I'm like, drop, because that's the command that we give to dogs to lie on the floor. And then I'm guessing it's still got an orc on the back, doesn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, I haven't even dealt with the orc.
So the orc warrior sort of like falls off after you kill the warg.
I'm guessing, yeah, it's like, is it prone now?
Yeah, he's probably fallen off and like fallen to the side for sure.
I'm gonna now I like kind of like, as I catapult, I'm gonna run off the warg. I'm gonna come down on the orc that's lying on the floor.
Okay, you'll have advantage on this. And are you just doing a regular unarmed strike, or are you doing a flurry of blows?
No, this is a regular unarmed strike.
Okay.
So 17 to hit.
17 will definitely hit.
With 7 damage. Cool. So I've done 7 damage, and now I'm going to spend another key point.
I'll let you do it this time because I didn't call you out on it last time. But your unarmed strike is your bonus action, so you can't do that and patient defense. Right? So you can do one unarmed strike for free, 2 unarmed strikes with a key point. That's your flurry of blows, or you can do patient defense.
All right. So is this the last time I get to pull it off?
Yeah. There's because I didn't call you out on it, but I'll let you do it because that was your plan. But yeah, just from next time.
Cool, too easy. So I've just spent the key point, and I'm taking patient defense.
All right, which is good because this orc warrior, he's going to stand up. He's not super impressed with your nonsense. He draws out sort of a hand axe, and he starts coming in swinging with disadvantage. So 12 to hit.
No.
2 attacks. Both attacks missing. He's sort of like attacking wildly, but you're able to sort of just parry all those blows. Similarly, the orc warrior is coming after you. You kicked off, Gronk, and he's going to do the same thing. It's 16 to hit.
Will hit, yes.
So that's 6 damage, and then a 14 to hit.
Will not hit.
Okay. So the first attack sort of strikes. He's able to sort of clip you on the leg as you're trying to get this warg under control, and it is the warg's turn. Now you did very poorly, I believe, on your
very poorly. Twice.
So it's going to try and buck you off with an athletics check, and I need you to make an athletics check to try and hang on. It's not very good though.
I can't lose.
You physically, unless you roll a 1,
Yeah.
maybe.
No, if I roll a 1, I'm going to +7. I can't lose.
Okay, yeah. So you just like clench the legs in, bucking bronco, loincloth waving in the air. That this thing's holding. Now it's going to try and bite you with disadvantage because you are like on its back.
Yep.
And I assume a 12 will not hit.
No.
Cool. All right, you hold on. The Hellhound that you've just insulted its mother, Keg, is going to come right after you and try and bite you.
Good luck to it.
It's a 12 to hit.
No.
All right.
No. No.
No. Gronk.
No.
Alrighty. Can I try and axe this orc in the face that I've just kicked off this wall, please?
Yeah, sure thing.
Turn it on. Power it up.
That first one I'm guessing misses. 11.
An 11 is not enough.
Yeah. I will try with my second attack. 15.
15 will hit.
$13 damage.
All right. So this strike comes in strong, cutting across his chest, opening him up. And you see him sort of take a step back, take a knee as if to drop to the ground, and then his sort of eyes grow, like small, or his eyes grow dark, like small little pinpricks as he just kind of stares at you and stands up. You are very aware of this sort of feature as you yourself have it.
Relentlessly enduring my attacks.
That's right.
That's the end of my turn. I'm done.
That's the end of your turn. Cool. The social justice hellhounds coming after you, Keg. They start surrounding you, and in fact, they're going to have pack tactics, which is advantage on the attack.
Yeah, social justice one would gang up, wouldn't it?
21 to hit.
It rebounds off my shield.
Okay, so you take the damage, but then knock this thing back, right?
Yes.
Do you remember how much damage that is for when you knock it back as well?
I'm looking in my inventory for the shield. No idea.
I've got here 2d6 force damage.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. And you push all enemies within 5 feet of you away by 10 feet. Cool. So roll 2d6 for me. It's the cap. It's the, what is it? Thor hitting Captain America's shield thing. So 7 damage we'll do to each of these guys, and they are launched back 10 feet.
And then I yell at the social justice one, parlor's better than Twitter.
Right.
Take that, mate.
Checkmate, atheists. Loam.
Everyone's kind of handling themselves, so I'm going to cast Bane on the 3 near Sodade, the warg and the 2 orcs.
Mm-hmm.
Much appreciated.
So I think they get a save. Sorry.
Okay. Let's do this.
Charisma saving throws.
Let me just put this other Walk Warrior in the battle. First one that Sodadi's engaging with directly makes a saving throw here. Doesn't do very well. The Warg itself and old mate menacing. So the orcs themselves don't save, but the warg does. So anytime they make an attack roll or a saving throw before the spell ends, the target must roll a d4 and subtract from the total amount. So you're just doing that at level 1?
Yes.
Cool. All right. Any movement or bonus actions from you, Lo?
No, I'm going to stay there.
Okay. Keg.
I'm going to run at this one, huh? Sorry, this one over here.
Mhm.
And just whack it with my bloody tankard, mate.
Cool. Love it.
Just trying to just go old school on it. Come on, tankard, where are you?
Your first attack, 18, certainly hits, and you just crush its skull in with the tankard, and
So
it sort
good.
of keels over on the ground. Where to from here? So I think you were here?
Yeah, I'm gonna run over to the next one.
Yep, you still got enough movement to do that. Yeah, this one you do 10 damage to. It is not enough, unfortunately, to stave its skull in. It's looking barely functional, this dog, and it is not happy.
Excellent.
Successful turn. All right, the warrior on top of the warg, he's still just sort of directing his dog to bite at you, Sadate. But he has disadvantage, if I remember correctly. So is a 13 going to hit?
No.
And
Now,
also
just a quick
minus
question. When the... Oh, sorry, you go.
Oh, is it saying also the Bane on that one? Or is that the Wargs?
That is the warg that did that attack. But yes, you're right. The Bane. I got to remember that. Let's put it on these guys. Yep.
And
Sadate.
you know when the when that warg took 20 damage from running towards the for being near the sentinel?
Mhm.
Does the warg rider also get the same 20 damage?
It wasn't a warg that ran past. It was the hounds. The hounds ran past it.
Okay, because I thought you said this one over here. This one, basically, this warg over here's got no damage to it just yet.
Correct.
Okay, cool. Fair enough.
But it tries to bite at you, but you're able to sort of flip out of the way and avoid it. And it is your turn.
Alrighty. So, got 3 baddies around me. What I'm going to do first is... Now, Dan, I've been looking at my character sheet, and I cannot... I remember the sword. Got this, like, ice sword on me. I think I picked it up thinking I was going to give it to someone.
Yep.
But then I haven't given it to him.
Sure.
Then I've got this Staff of Healing. Now, the Staff of Healing, I have no idea when I got that. And then I've got this Frostbrand Longsword. Now, it looks like, because it's green, that I'm... Does that mean I'm good with it, or I'm not good with it?
I don't know. I think you have training in swords, I believe. Like you.
Yeah, because I think it says martial weapon. I think I'm good with martial weapons. I forget what it is.
Sure. So you're dropping the spear? Are you what are you doing?
I mean, because I stabbed the spear into the guy, like, to the orc who was prone, right?
Mhm.
So I kind of got that down. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull out the sword, which I've never used before, or like I can't remember how I got it, and I'm going to slash at the warg behind
Okay.
me.
Yeah.
I'm going to brand it. Let's do. Where's the attack button? Oh, how do I attack? Click it. Oh, it's not letting me attack like the other one. It doesn't have an attack button when I go down.
If you mouse over it in the in your inventory, to the left of it is a little dice symbol. You click that.
Okay, yeah. No, I've missed having. 15.
12.
Okay, so I don't have proficiency in it. It says I have proficiency.
But it's a strength weapon, possibly.
I think everything, but like part of what I do is everything. All my attacks counters. If I'm proficient in it, I can use it as a dexterity.
I mean, that's just something you've just pulled from your butt, I'm pretty sure. But let me have a look.
I'm pretty sure I'll be in the.
He does that. That's my favorite move.
It was a special feature that just
see.
means like I'm great with everything, and whenever I do it, it's great.
Right. No one was better at that.
I'm gonna have a look.
So while you're unarmed or wielding only monk weapons.
Yes, it's whether or not this counted as a monk weapon. I'm proficient at it, and I don't think I can be proficient at anything that's not a monk weapon.
Marsha, when you say strike monk weapon, is let's have D&D list of monk weapons.
Mm.
It's not. No,
Longsword, yeah.
short swords count. Yeah.
Yes, we're not longswords, and I think that's why I wanted to give it to someone, but I think we forgot to give it to him before we all. I'm pretty sure I found the Frostbrand sword in the pyramid when we were broken up, like when we had split the party.
Yeah. So you just decided not to give that to anyone who could use swords.
No, I
Like-
didn't. I don't think we had a chance before we actually scattered across timelines because I think it's
True.
going to. I forgot who was good with swords, but they're not in our party at the moment, so that's all good. I've missed my first attack.
Yeah.
I'm going to once again lash out again with this sword.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do another attack roll. Nope.
He's so this is narratively great though. So you've put the spear in the other guy. You've gone, haha, the sword.
This sword.
Lunged forward, crouching tiger, hidden dragon style. But just the weight is a lot more than you're kind of used to with the spear.
The first time I've ever used this sword, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've missed twice, and now I'm like, phew. Now I think correct me if I'm wrong, but is it to the end of my next turn? Is when the patient defense wears out?
Yes, I believe so.
Yes. So what I might do then is I might just try and then I'm on the floor and I'm kind of like I'm going to roll away, and I'm going to break, and I'm going to try and just because I'm so fast, I'm going to try and get on the roof.
Okay. Yeah, so they're going to have attacks on you with disadvantage.
Yep. Yes.
-4. Oh, -1d4.
If they even get close to hitting, which I think they don't. So there's just the spell from Loam just making them slow and sluggish, combined with sort of the defensive nature of you Sadada. You kind of skip out up the tree and up onto the roof, and clamber up top. Cool.
Awesome. That's my turn.
Absolutely. The orc you've left behind, he's going to... What has he got? He's going to pull out a javelin and try and throw it at you. So he's going to throw, but also minus d4. Probably not going to matter. 13 wouldn't have hit.
No, it does not hit, no.
So a javelin goes flying past you over the area there. Gronk, the other guy with the axes, though, that you've kicked around a lot, you see him just yell and to go into a frenzy. He just says, "Grubs, protect me in the afterlife, witness!" And starts coming at you. You see him like yeah, you see him somewhat invigorated by this, and just comes swinging at you with these axes. Just one after the other. Does a 16 hit?
A 16 does hit.
Yeah, but just barely glances you for 4 slashing damage. You can see he's somewhat recovered in terms of his stamina and so on. He's just sort of on this frenzy. But yeah.
Oh.
I just want to backhand him, just like bang. Unarmed strike, just slap him.
Yeah. The warg again is going to try and throw you off.
All right, sorry, it's my turn. Right.
And then also try and bite you. But no luck.
Too strong.
Too strong. In fact, it's Gronk's turn to be too strong.
So yeah, I'm just gonna backhand pimp slap this frenzied dude and just give him the most shameful death. I just want to snap his neck with a backhand.
Sure. All right. We'll still do a axe attack, but we'll
Okay.
We'll call it a backhand.
He's dead, Jim.
Yeah. Is that a... Oh, that's a dirty 20. Give me the damage.
Is he only one?
No.
Oh, rage healed him with a brick. 13.
Yeah. Yeah, he has a healing. He has a healing rage. 13 is enough though, as you backhand him with the sort of the back of the hand, as well as like punch him in the gut with the axe, and he keels over, letting out sort of like an oof, and falls to the ground. You just hear this sort of death rattle of like, fuck, Grumsh.
And now, like, see, Wog, I am your master now.
All right, you got your movement and another action.
I rub his nose in his owner's remains.
Okay, give me another animal handling check to see if you can get this warg on side.
No.
A really loyal dog.
So loyal.
Super loyal. I think it may literally now have a vendetta against me for life. I think I just made a nemesis.
The warg that's sort of fighting you, Keg, you see it kind of back up. It sees the wood, and it just sort of opens its mouth, and this roar of flame lances out. Make a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
Okay. Oh, lad.
Yeah, you're fine. The commoner that's kind of like next to you that's been running to the thing is just completely incinerated and is just a pile of burnt bones on the ground. You take half that, so you just take 10 fire damage.
Okay.
Loam.
Okay, I am going to shoot my moon dance blade at the warg, which was uninjured, right?
Correct.
Cool. I'm gonna cast that at 3rd level, so I got 3d8.
Oh.
3d8 radiant damage. I need to roll to attack though, right?
So describe this to me again. Moon Dance Blade. Is it a
So
spell?
radiant. Oh, sorry. Where did it go? Yeah, so it's a cantrip. I weave together threads of shadow to create a sword. The magic sword lasts until the spell ends. It counts as a marital melee weapon with which you're proficient. It deals 2d8 damage, 3d8 at high levels. Has finesse light, thrown properties, range 20 to 60.
Okay. So you throwing this sword at him then? Like you've
I am throwing the sword, yeah.
Yeah, cool. So make an attack, like an attack roll, I guess, like a ranged attack.
I rolled a d20 and got an 8.
Okay.
My 2 attack bonus is 3. I don't know.
Oh yeah. So it's a +3 +1. So that's 13. Yeah, that'll hit. So he takes 24 moon dance damage, and similarly, you think this he just sort of starts burning with this sort of moonlight as the sword sort of flies into him and punctures into him, and he just barely stands up. You think that definitely should have killed him, but he is sort of enduring it, possibly due to his orcish nature.
Ferocity.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Cool. Keg.
Classic tank attack.
Do it.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Absolutely. How do you want to do this?
Yes.
Leaping into the air, jumping down onto his head, crashing his skull in.
Yeah. Good.
Just a clean kill.
Yeah. And you look around, there's no further enemies on this side of the fog cloud. Where are you going?
I'm gonna have to dash through it.
So you'll just get your normal speed because you did spend one.
Yeah.
You spend your action to attack. So
Yes.
so you can get to about there.
Mm-hmm.
As you start sprinting off to the sounds of battle beyond the fog cloud. The orc warrior who's on top of the warg sees that he can't sort of get to you guys where you are, and he's going to start running into the cloud, and
Yes.
comes out the other side. The orc warrior himself like entered the cloud riding this warg, but doesn't appear to come, like, you know, the warg comes out the other side and the orc warrior is no longer on him. All that's left is sort of this ash that seems to be burning away above the warg.
Does he take also the radiant
Oh,
damage
damn.
from Guardian?
Yes, so we'll give the warg the radiant damage, and then I think the guardian is spent. Half damage.
So he takes 10 damage.
Yeah. So I think the guardian can only do 60 damage total, is that right?
Damage total on that.
Yep.
So he's got 10 left.
Cool. The guardian, so the warg comes out of the smog, tries to bite at you, Keg, only for an 8 to hit, as it sort of emerges from the fog, burning and sort of steaming from the radiant light of the sacred warrior. But you easily just it doesn't even pierce any of the wood. There's no splinters whatsoever.
It's inconvenient.
Sad at it. Sean.
So I'm muted. So I'm gonna jump off now that the warg and its rider have run off, and it's just another orc. I'm going to now run back into the battle. Now I accidentally refreshed my foundry thing, so I can't actually do it myself because it's now in that whole like waiting to load thing.
Yeah.
But could I jump off the top, and then what I want to do is punch the guy in the face, and with my unarmed strikes, using my kung fu. So I just roll a normal unarmed strike attack.
Yeah.
Someone do that for me.
Sure.
The thing is still loading.
Yeah. Unarmed strike. The first one, 11 to hit is not enough. Second attack, again.
This time I'm going to take the spear that's probably like, because he obviously took off my spear.
Good point.
I'm going to take that spear. I'm going to attack him with it.
Yeah. So you sort of, you've come flying in with the knee, miss because he's able to kind of duck out of the way, but that was actually just a feint. You roll up, grab the spear, lunge back for a 21 to hit, and deal a solid 10 damage. He's not looking great, but he's still certainly standing.
I do it then because it's like lodged in him. I spin around and I hit him with my the back of my elbow to do the first of my flurry of blows. I'm not actually going to do flurry of blows. I'm just going to do one unarmed, a bonus unarmed strike.
Cool.
Yep. So yes, I roll the unarmed strike.
So you crit. Sorry, I was rolling them for you because I thought you hadn't loaded.
Yeah, no, they're beautiful.
So that you just sort of crack him in the bridge of the nose. His nose breaks and starts gushing with blood. His head snaps back, and it looks like he's about to teeter over and fall. But then you sort of sense that sort of overwhelming endurance of these creatures as his head sort of comes back down to you.
Yep. Well, I'm not going to spend another key point. Or should I? You know what? I'll spend the key point to make it. Actually, do I spend a key point after, or should I choose?
Not now. This is the first opening fight of this thing. We've still got to go fight a lich.
Yeah, I'm not going to spend that key point. Instead, I'm going to. Yeah. Instead, I'm going to run back up that wall just because I'm so quick. I can do this multiple times.
All right, he's going to make an attack of opportunity on you.
Yeah, go for it, buddy.
But it is a minus D4. Would a 17 normally hit?
No.
Well, it's a 14. Anyway, cool. So you're able to kind of scamper back up that wall. You've got plenty of movement to do so. He's not super happy. He sees that you've sort of run up there. He enters his own little rage and starts running at Gronk.
I start shouting at him, just like, scared much?
And he's just yelling out, "Traitor! You have strayed from Grumpsh's light." 2 attacks. Second one being a 21 to hit
Yes.
for 8 damage. All right. The warg that's on you again, gonna try and throw you off. Just doing its thing.
Yep.
And just can't manage it.
Undo it.
But still not happy about you, and it keeps trying to bite you, but fails. All right. These people are still running. So a bunch more have made it onto the raft, and they're kind of waiting for more now. There we go. These guys. You hear or see on the edge of the town the next wave of enemies approaching. Let's go.
How many people are still left? Oh, wow. They're still not moving, are they?
What?
Yeah, we needed to drop back.
I think you glitched. That's too many.
How many times did you click the dice, Dan?
Luckily, because Foundry makes it so easy. Just click it once and it does it all.
Oh shit!
One of the orcs on the edge of the city, on the edge of the town here, you see draw a short bow, pull it back, and fire it at you, Gronk. It's 18 to hit.
Will hit.
And so it does 9 piercing damage, and give me a Constitution saving throw, please. $16. Okay, you are just not poisoned.
That's good. I'm very happy to be not just not poisoned.
It is your turn.
I'm going to try and drag myself and the warg that I'm riding into. Actually, no. I'm going to smack the orc in front of me first and just try and cleave it in twain, and then try and dip into the fog.
Okay.
24 to hit.
Absolutely. So you don't even need damage. That guy was definitely only still on 1 health. As you just sort of backhand him with the flat of the axe, and he's just usually a deafening crack as his skull just fractures and he falls back onto the ground dead. And you have the warg beneath you. How would you like to try and get it to turn around? Are you pulling the reins? Tell me what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm literally just gonna grab a handful of the reins and the scruff of its hair and just try and pull back on it and try and drag myself and it into the fog.
Yeah, cool. Give me an athletics check. Yeah, well, it's pretty solid.
Yes.
Yeah. So you sort of pull back on its rein and sort of direct it to run with you. Where are you sending it?
I'm trying to actually come out the other side near the Guardian. I'm trying to burn it through.
Okay. Yeah, so you do that, and it's going to make a dex saving throw. And so you just feel like this sort of moonlight. You sort of just make your way towards the light through the fog.
I'm used to going into orbs and things dying.
And then all of a sudden, you come out the other end. I'm assuming Looney Tunes style, where you're still just in the air, in the seated position. There's no warg underneath you anymore, and you sort of drop to the ground standing.
Nice.
So the warg burns to a crisp, and you are there. Cool. And yeah, you hear but don't see. Serati and Loam, you do see a large figure sort of break out from behind some trees, and yeah, sort of make its way into the town as well. It looks like, let's see if we can show you what it looks like.
It's full.
It's a big ogre, one that you've seen before, but on its back is sort of a small, possibly a goblin, with what looks like almost like a trebuchet mounted on this thing's shoulders. Anything else from you, Gronk?
I think that's the end of my turn.
Cool.
Yep, that thing's terrifying.
Loam?
I'm going to cast Wall of Fire. And I am going to cast it as like a curved wall. Sorry, let me just have a look. No, I'm going to cast it straight, but I kind of want to get all of the baddies in it.
Mm-hmm.
So can I just cast it like straight, like on top of them?
I believe so. Can you link the spell at all?
Yes, I will chuck it onto the. Oh, sorry, I actually just rolled it.
That's fine. Well, now we know what kind of damage it's doing.
Yeah. So 20 feet high, 60 feet long, 1 foot thick. So I looks like I can kind of maybe on a diagonal get 5, including the big one.
Yeah.
Or 3, including the big one.
So 60 feet long.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it kind of looks like that.
Oh, that was sick. Yeah.
Yeah. So you hit all but 2 of them, I think, with that, pretty much. Yeah. So what do they have? Do they make dex saves?
They get dex saves.
Okay. Dex saves. And then if they fail, they take 30 fire damage.
Can I put the wall so it's kind of like in front of them? Because it does damage like 10 feet in one direction.
Oh,
So if I put it in front of them, I can separate them from us, but also just keep dealing damage, and they have to somehow like pass through the wall.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll put it in front of them like this. And they take that on their turn, is that right? When they start their turn?
Yeah. Yeah, that ends its turn within 10 feet on that side or inside the wall.
Okay, so when it appears, they all make a check, and then if they end their turn on the far side of the wall, so they're going to have to run through the wall.
Yeah, maybe what I'll do is I'll put the damage on our side of the wall.
Okay, yeah.
No, that doesn't make sense. I don't know.
Okay. Well, they have to take the damage if they run through the wall anyway. So they're going to get hit at least twice, regardless. Cool. So when they first do it, let's do saving throw. That's a 12, the first one. So that's a failure. This guy... 16, so he takes half damage.
Yeah.
This guy. And just while I'm doing all these rolls, can you describe to me what this wall looks like? Is it just regular fire? Is it light? Like, what's going on?
No, it's definitely like that very blue, like moonlight that you've been seeing coming from Loam, and it just kind of radiates down from the sky and then just very much like solidifies as this bright, opaque. So we can't see through it anymore. They also can't see through to us. And yeah, they're just taking this kind of, I guess, burning damage, because it is fire damage still.
Yeah, cool.
That's bloody handy.
Yeah, it's so handy. Cracking.
Excellent.
Jeez, they're all. This is doing some work. This thing.
There's a few saving though. Damn them.
But they take half damage on a save, right?
It's still 15 damage. Yeah.
Yeah. 14. Okay. All right. You hear sort of the howls and cries of the orcs as the wall of fire sort of comes down from the sky, landing like a cube in the reboot TV show. And you just hear sort of the sizzling and crackling. You smell the other white meat, cooked flesh in the air. It smells like bacon in the morning. And yeah, Loam, that was your turn. Would you like to move at all?
No, I don't want to move, but how is Soldade looking? Does he need any healing or
Always.
always? All right, I'll just pop a bonus
I
action.
think he's actually full health though.
Healing word.
Is he full health?
Because you cast a spell with your action, you can only do a cantrip as your bonus action if you have one. You can't do 2 spells in one turn. Yeah.
Nope, I'm good.
Hello, I'm good. I'm back again. No, I'm good. I've only got 50. I've got 50 out of my 59 health. Thank
okay.
you.
Cool.
Cool. All right, Keg.
Keg wants to try and ride this thing that came bounding out of the smoke at him.
All right. Describe to me how he's going to do that.
Well, I sort of pictured it as one flowing motion. Like he's coming running out of the smoke, and Keg's just gonna sort of throw one arm up in the air under his chin, leap up, and try and jump up onto his back.
Okay. All right, here's how I want to do this. Give me an attack roll to see like if you can kind of grab the reins and jump up. So just like you would normally with your tank head. And if it hits, we'll assume that you've kind of got the right spot. And then we'll get you to make a. Nope.
Man, that's not good. I'd say because of that, the thing runs into Keg.
Yeah. So Keg puts his arm up to like catch this thing's reins as it goes past, as if he's gonna like Zorro his way onto this horse. But completely whiffs it. This thing body checks Keg. Now you get a chance. You can make a second attack essentially if you'd like to either beat this thing or to try again.
Does it have a tail?
I believe so. Yeah, I think these things have a tail. Yeah.
All right. I got to grab it by the tail, try and climb up onto its back.
This is what it looks like.
Excellent.
Cool. Give me another attack.
Yeah, it's coming. Here we go. Come on.
Much better this time. You sort of
yeah.
grab its tail, it yelps, and as it's kind of running past you, and you're able to pull yourself up onto its back, flailing away there. Now, give me an animal handling check. I will give you advantage because you still have speak with animals.
I'm whispering to it in its ear. Calm down, buddy. Come on, it'll be all right. You're going to enjoy this. We're going to have a good time.
Sun's getting real low.
Sun's getting low, mate. Come on.
They're not great though. Let's see if
they're not very good.
Yeah, it seems to be slowing. But it's not super impressed.
All right.
You don't think it's fully under your control right now. It's still fighting against you. So you can ride it, but any attacks while you're on top of it will be at disadvantage.
Okay, I enjoy that.
All right.
I can handle that.
Okay. The orc that has to run through the flames here has to make another dex save, I believe. Fails.
Roll it again, or it's the same?
You can roll it again for this round. Yeah. And then I'll just use that for all their next turns.
Not as good.
Okay. Yep. You see him sort of sprint through the wall of flame, not looking great, and this bonus section moves. I can't see, and it can't see any of you. So it's sort of run into the fog cloud. The ogre, you can see. Goblin project. The ogre you can see on the other side, it sort of lumbers forward 40 feet to the edge of this thing. It's got to make a dex saving throw as well as it goes through the fire.
Yes.
Taking 26 damage. And you see it grab the goblin that's on its shoulder and load it into the trebuchet, pull it back, and just sort of a clink, 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 and then it fires the goblin at you. 23 to hit, Loam?
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. So you take 8 bludgeoning damage as a goblin sort of crashes into you and sort of lands next to you on the roof here.
Okay. Oh, what a weird weapon.
What's this? The goblin looks pretty dazed and confused. Let's see what he's doing. Yep, cool. And I need you to make a concentration check to try and maintain the firewall.
I do have advantage on my concentration check, so I'm gonna roll that twice. Oh shit, both times 12.
12 is enough, though, I believe, because it only did 8 damage. You had to beat a 10.
Wait, I just made a constitution save? Is that?
Yeah, that's right. That's a concentration check. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
This guy also takes damage. Let's see. He takes his own damage here. Yeah, okay. Which one is this? The archer. He tries to run through the flames, but in doing so, you see him just sort of collapse in on fire and fall dead. Same thing with the other archer as they kind of start running forward. They collapse and die. The preppy orc battleborn, he's going to run through, sprint through. And he saves, so he's still going to take some damage. And he also runs through the fog. The goblin who was launched at you, Loam, is going to try and hit you with... He sort of stands up. He's a bit shaky. He's not looking great. Sort of sees you in front of him and is going to try and attack with a scimitar.
Can I give him disadvantage on that as well with my warding flare?
Yeah, is that a reaction, is it?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, cool. So he tries to attack.
Oh,
Oh my god!
what? I just double crit myself.
That is a double crit, even with disadvantage. Jeez.
Oh my god. Ouch.
Poor thing.
For the mathematicians out there, that's what 1 in 20, 1 in 20, which makes it a 1 in 20 times 20, 400 chance.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you.
That's pretty fucking incredible. All right, that's a 1 in 400% chance.
So
0.25% of a chance.
Thank you for telling me how unlucky I am.
Thank you for quantifying it too. Thank you for going to that extra step.
Yeah.
No, but like that's incredible. 0.25% of a chance this ever happens.
So this is 9 slashing damage on you, Loam.
Yeah.
And I need you to make another concentration or constitution saving throw for your spell.
1 and 2. That is 15, the highest.
Yep, that'll succeed.
Cool.
All right, the warg that you're riding, Keg, where are you trying to direct it?
Well, if it was under my spell, I wanted to direct it in. Sorry, if it was under my spell, I wanted to direct it towards the civilians.
Mm-hmm.
If it wasn't listening to me, I wanted to direct it into battle. So how's it feeling?
Well, I think
You said I get a disadvantage.
Disadvantage on attacks if you're trying, because you're in the seat. It's trying to throw you off. But like Gronk, I think you can like direct it in a direction, but you're not sort of trained on this particular beast on how to attack from mounted, right, from the saddle.
Yeah. Well, then I'm going to Keg, the living Keg is going to ride this warg, this hell warg, with his glowing green eyes into the civilians, screaming at them. Just really trying to get them to get a move on. Like, I don't want them to be fearful, but I need them to understand that they got to get on that.
Understand that this is serious business. Give me an intimidation check with advantage as you sort of circle around them, herding them like sheep.
Yeah,
sheepdog.
You know, it's not my fault that they're scared, but it helps the situation.
Yeah. They move a bit. You're somewhat intimidating, but not massively so.
God damn it. What if I rolled again?
You're just getting. It's just more of the same. It looks like.
Not very intimidating, old keg.
Yeah, you get them closer for sure. You give them a little bit of boost of speed, but not much.
All right. Oh, that didn't work.
Oh, Sean, is that you? Is that you in the marching band that you have in your background?
Hello.
Yes,
No, that's not me.
it sounded like you. All right. The orc. Oh, what's this guy got? He's going to step through the this orc here. He's wearing sort of a what looks to be some sort of horned helmet. As he steps through the flame, you can kind of start to see him. He's also going to take a dexterity saving throw. Yeah, so he takes a bunch of damage. 26. And sees you up on the up there on the roof, Loam, and you see him starting to he pulls out his own staff and sort of holds it up into the air, and says, "Your trews look down on us. We are on the hunt. Invigorate." And he's sort of cycling between sort of common and orcish, and you see point within range up to 6 creatures within a 30-foot radius. Okay. Where's this? Okay. Sort of green glowing light lances out from his staff as you probably recognize this spell, Loam. He 3d8.
Kadabra.
Vada Kadavra. The inconsistent orc shaman is looking mightily consistent. It's at 19 plus 3, so 12. He's looking a little bit more healthy. So's the ogre. And some of the others. And he runs into the fog cloud. This guy, dex save. This guy just burns to a crisp. Sadade. Sean?
Hello. So obviously I'm stuck on the roof with Loam and this other guy, and Loam's been doing a lot of good work. So you got to protect the magic people. So I'm going to come over here with my spear, and I'm going to stab the goblin. But what I really want to do is stab and drive him off the roof.
Okay. So I think as part of your open palm, you can shove people as part of the attack, right?
Yeah, so I was thinking more of like a normal sort of I think the shove is part of the, what do you call it? The flurry of blows is part of it. But I was just going to make a spear attack.
Okay.
That impales him basically. Basically, I'm trying to impale and yeah. So I don't know. First, I'll do a normal attack roll, I guess, with the spear.
Yep. He's relatively armored, so he's kind of hard to hit, but let's see. Doesn't matter.
Yes. Shit. What a dog. So I do versatile damage twice.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 1 plus
plus 4. So it's 5 plus 4.
Yeah, 5 to 9 altogether, I guess.
Yep.
But then I'm hoping that means that I've impaled him, and I'm gonna just I'm gonna just fly off this roof with him.
Okay, sure, I'll allow it.
So yeah, he takes 4 damage, but part of my monk ability is that I have slow fall, which means I don't feel any damage when I don't. I don't get any damage when I fall off large things.
Yeah, give me an
There is a limit
acrobatics.
to it.
Give me an acrobatics contest to see, like, because he's trying to stay on the ledge, and as you're trying to like dive off with him, right?
Okay, yeah, beautiful. 3, 2, 1. Let's go head to head. Got a +7, so 14. Fuck.
Yours is 26.
Oh shit. Oh, okay. I didn't see that mine actually rolled a 15. It's stuck on 7. 26, baby. What's
Yeah.
up?
Yeah, so you
What's up?
fly out. You're able to kind of slam him onto the ground as you both land in the fog cloud, and you hear sort of a sickening crunch as you sort of land on top of him, sort of like Gandalf and the Balrog falling down into the pits of Moria, and you're able to kind of land on top of him and pull the spear out.
Yep. I guess what I do next, because I can't see anyone. I can't see anyone in the fog cloud, obviously.
You can see shapes, so you know where they are. But attacks, attacks will have disadvantage, but then also they'll have advantage because they can't see you very well. So I think it actually evens out if you're both in the fog cloud.
Which one's the shaman? Is it this one?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to go for this one over here right in front of me. I'm just going to go for the... I'm not going to meta this. I'm just going to go for the closest shape.
Sure.
I'm going to launch my spear.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try and spear him as well. Yeah, it couldn't last that. It couldn't last forever, could it?
Yeah, so you dive through the fog, but obviously with the shifting of the smoke and the fog, you can't quite find the distance, and the blade or the spear tip finds nothing, as it's just all shapes.
What I'm going to do is, because I'm one of those people who like to guerrilla warfare. I'm now going to duck out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go to the top of the roof again. I'm going to take a defensive position in front of Loam, so if any projectiles come our way, I'm going to be the one they hit instead.
Okay. It's going to take an attack of opportunity against you.
Because is it a disadvantage? Because now I'm actually actively trying to run away, and it's in a fog cloud.
No, it's the same unless you're doing patient defense as your bonus action.
I'm not doing patient defense. No.
I can also warding flare it, so can I do that to give it disadvantage on the roll?
No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, Loam. I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm fine.
You're all good?
I've got health to give. I've got health to give.
But it's like
16 to hit.
No, not even close, mate.
Cool. Yeah, so you're able to kind of get yourself back up onto that corner of the roof, up the top, making yourself a bit of a target there in front of Loam, providing cover to Loam as well. The guy you just hit, though, he's going to run out. What's he doing? Yeah, he's going to continue running out. He runs out of the cloud, sees you, Gronk, and is going to come at you, moving aggressively.
He can try.
And he's got sort of spiked gauntlets on, so he's not sort of carrying weapons, but he's got these sort of like spiked brass knuckles that he just comes out swinging out of the fog cloud on a bit of a bender, and 10 to hit and a 20 to hit.
One of those will, the 20.
Sure. Take 6 piercing damage. And the other orc that comes flying out, this one sort of with white tusks and blue skin, comes out and with a big old battle axe takes a swing at you.
what?
And crits me.
And
Good.
crits you. So that's going to be 22 plus 7, so 29
damage. Yeah.
slashing damage.
Cool. That hurt.
All right. Let's see.
Are all these things still in the round queue? Or have we killed some of these things?
You've killed some of them.
Is it everything in the round queue still alive?
Let me see if I right click. Oh, you can't tell. No. I'll remove some of the ones. I'll remove the ones that are dead.
Okay.
Oh yeah, wow.
Just for simplicity.
Sorry.
No, that's all right. Makes it a little bit less scary.
Yeah, I was trying to play my movie. I was like, there's a lot of people before my next go. I'm going to die.
There you go. How's that? That's better. They're at the bottom of the round now.
Yeah.
You can see within range. Okay. The shaman sort of pokes his head out of the cloud down here, Loam. Looks up at you on the rooftop, points at you, and starts sort of muttering and sort of making sort of hand gestures. And I need you to make a charisma saving throw for me, please.
Come on. Oh my god, no. 9.
Okay. Sadada, you look over as this sort of shaman guy is pointing at Loam, and as you look over, Loam pops out of existence.
That's what I was gonna do.
Because are heavy. Because
What?
Loam, you find yourself no longer standing sort of on this rooftop in a town. You are back in sort of its darkness. You find yourself in a vast expanse that seems sort of rather bare. The ground is sort of a silvery grey and seems to be made of like there's sort of like silvery leaves and forest around you. All the leaves and flowers seem to be sort of this grey metallic or silvery texture. And you look around and there's something about this place that actually sort of feels somewhat comforting.
Okay. Did he just banish me? Because that's totally what I was planning to do.
Yes,
To him.
he banished you.
I had it queued up.
And while you're banished, I believe your flame wall winks out.
Yeah.
Keg, you see on sort of effectively their turn, the last of the guys over here are getting much closer. They've almost loaded the ferry up.
Excellent.
There's just a couple of stragglers left on this side.
All right. Excellent. Do they have any children with them?
There's one child that's like struggling to get on. And like there's a couple of people who are like, do you ever play that Zombinis? The Legend of the Zombinis?
No.
No. There's a whole puzzle where it's like, some people don't want to sit next to each other, so you got to like sort out where everyone's sitting. Like there's a bit of that. There's a bit of congestion. There's like some people are like, well, I don't want to sit next to this guy, as much as like my life's on the line. He smells really funny. Or he doesn't prune his petunias properly. I don't want to sit next to him.
Look, if they're going to be that petty, let him die.
Cool. Gronk.
I'm gonna charge her at the one I've highlighted next to Gronk.
All right. We'll go Gronk, Loam, and then it's Cake's turn.
All right.
I'm pissed. I'm so mad that guy just came through and hit me with like one of the best shots of the day. So I'm raging. I'm furious. Oh, Gronk is no longer raging. Gronk is now raging.
So mad he doesn't know if he's mad.
I'm gonna kill the big blue guy because fuck that guy.
Cool.
$14 to hit.
14 is enough to hit.
All right, cool. 18 damage.
How do you want to do this?
How did he hit me?
He
He
came,
hit me in the chest.
yeah, with
he
a
can just,
battle
like-
axe. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just gonna turn, stare at him, and just smack him once straight back into the. So he just disappears back into the fog.
Just goes flying back into the fog.
Yeah.
Cool.
I then turn to the dude to my left, and I will kill him.
No ifs and or buts.
No, he will just be murdered. 24 to hit.
Absolutely.
18 damage.
Yeah, while he is also kind of knocked back, you see that this guy still has that sort of endurance about him and sort of just like looks up at you, grinning, blood all through his teeth. He just cracks his spiked knuckles together and just goes like, "Come on!"
So 2 seconds. Click the wrong button.
Now, do you have a... I could be misthinking this. Oh no, that's... I was trying to think. If you killed someone, do you get like a free attack?
I do, but I was trying to think. I didn't technically kill that dude. I'll kill the dude before, I guess. So I get an
You
extra
killed the dude
bonus
before.
attack. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I do get a bonus attack. So this is now going to be my second attack to kill this dude then.
Yep. Yeah. So he sort of is, that first attack, he's like, "Is that all you've got?" And he's just like licking the blood off his knuckles, his spiked knuckles. But before he can even react, the frenzy of killing that other guy just makes you wheel around and smack him again.
How many bonus actions can I do per turn?
Just one.
Just one? Okay, yep.
Yeah, so you can't just like chain kills.
Chain kills, yeah.
But you do see, I guess, a vague outline of this shaman on the other side of this fog cloud to you.
Yeah.
Doing some kind of nonsense.
Yeah, I don't want a frenzy though. It's a little bit early in the day to be that angry.
Sure.
So I think I'm just gonna like run up behind him and then just like breathe heavily on his neck.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. It's
So
not an action.
seductive, man. So seductive. So, Gronk, it sounds like the anger management classes are really working when you said it's too early in the day to get that angry. So congratulations on your rehab there, mate.
Thank you. A little bit of self-control goes a long way.
Is there a fortitude saving on the breath?
Sorry.
How bad is the breath? What is
Oh, it's bad. If I'm just eating meat, if my diet is purely meat, then this is going to be rancid. So I'm going to be like a Komodo dragon.
Yeah, I really worry about the toilets Gronk uses as well. There's certainly not enough fiber in that diet at all. Loam, you are in this other plane of existence. In fact, by the spell's wording, it banishes you to a harmless demiplane.
Yep.
Yeah, I think if you, it sort of sends you to a plane also that you're sort of familiar with, or at least sort of a harmless one you're familiar with. This one does look quite, if not like there's certain a familiar air about it. It's sort of it's light, like there's plenty of light, but it's cold. It's like a cold light, and you actually sort of look up into the sky and you can see a small blue orb in sort of faintly in the distance, up in the sky. So instead of looking up and seeing the sun, you kind of look up and see this sort of blue marble a long ways off. But we skip your turn because you're banished. Keg.
Yeah. Woo! Someone smack that guy.
No, not that one.
Huh?
That's not what I want, mate.
Did you just draw
Come
Keg's
on.
ego?
I'm gonna charge her over to Gronk.
Yeah. So you let rip
Can't
on this
make it.
thing.
It's only 60 feet for charger, but
Well, the warg speed is actually 50. So you give
get
it the
out
old,
of here.
you give it the old giddy up and come charging right in.
Oh, beautiful. And then I can still attack after charger, can't I?
Mhm.
Yeah, give him the old battle tank of smite.
Yeah, thanks to your charge of
coming.
feet, you get one attack. So
Beautiful.
26 to hit for 14 damage. Absolutely. He looks like he's barely clinging on. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I breathe on the other side of his neck.
Well, he has to
No.
make a Constitution saving throw anyway for that incredible damage to see if, but he is able to maintain his concentration on the spell. So
A little put off by the breathing, though. Yeah.
He's a little bit put off by the breathing. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, what is Keg's breath is just purely atomized alcohol, I imagine.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It smells like every bloke on a Sunday morning.
Oh, jeez.
Like together, collectively.
Yeah. You hear lumbering and you kind of see a big shadowy figure going through and then eventually emerging from the fog cloud, just running blindly past you all.
Those peasants aren't going to care who they're sitting next to now.
What's this guy doing? He sort of sees the breath, the double breath, like the carrion smell of Gronk's breath on one side, the keg atomized alcohol on the other side. He looks up, he sees Saudade and kind of sees like the bodies littered around him. And
Does he see the old man breath coming out of Soldado?
He sees what scares him more is he can't see Saudade breathing because he's so old. Yeah. Like that, or the breathing's so labored, I guess, because he's so old.
I think he just sees dust coming out of my breath, to be honest.
That's right. And he kind of looks at you, Gronk, and says, Worm Lord, the Worm Lord, the Khan of Khans is coming. He brings death and destruction upon these rats and sheep that you have stocked up with, traitor. And he says, the worms will burn this place to the ground, and we shall be glorious in this life and the next. And just he starts sort of raising his arms up, and sort of dragons, so spiritual dragons, start flying around him. And I need when the creature.
Does he just making concentration checks during all this?
He's been making concentration checks. Well, he got hit once and succeeded on his concentration check. But with this, Loam, you snap back into existence as he breaks his concentration on this spell to cast another. And I need you all to make a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
I'm pretty wise. Oh.
Guess what, everyone? Keg's not wise.
Keg's not wise. Any of you that got above a 13?
Yes, lucky.
Or take a 13. Anyone that got a 13 or above?
I think it's only Loam.
Take 5 damage. Everyone else takes 10. Necrotic
what kind of damage?
Necrotic. As sort of like he explodes. And these sort of dragons, these necrotic dragons sort of fly out around him, draining some of the life force. Necrotic, yeah.
Oh, I am immune.
Oh, cool.
Resistant to necrotic, does that mean I take none?
Resistant means you take half.
Ah, 2 damage.
Yeah. The rest of you take the 10 necrotic damage as like he explodes and these dragon sort of figurines come out, and the souls of these dragons, the spectral dragons, kind of fly through you, causing damage, and then he keels over onto the ground.
Oh.
It's at that point that further to the northwest you hear more horns.
Oh god!
God damn it!
And that's where we'll end it for this week.
Aha, well done, well done.
So,
I think we need to bravely run away.
Bravely run away, away.
Away, brave Sir Robin.
Just quickly, so did all the villagers left get across the bridge?
So as you sort of look around, you see that the ferry itself is slowly moving away from the bank with the pile of villagers all on it, and they're sort of slowly pushing out into the river.
Oh, brilliant! And this big troll guy, who got him?
He's not dead yet.
He's not dead yet.
Oh, okay.
Good to see.
Just making sure.
Yeah, cool. What do you think?
That was
Well done,
fun.
dude. That was good.
Awesome.
That was
Good
very
game.
good.
Good game. GG.
Good firewalling, Loam.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
phenomenal.
Loam, MVP Loam.
That was so
Absolutely.
fun.
And pulling out the what was it? The radiant damage after the thing was just
Oh,
good. Just
the
everyone
guns.
just had to run through it. So good.
I feel like we funneled really well.
Yeah.
The smoke was awesome.
Yeah, cool. All right. Well, I mean, in the stream there, I'll keep talking to you guys afterwards, so just hold on. But for everyone else who was watching, we love you. Thank you very much. And look, I'll say we'd be back next week, but it took us, like 6 months to come back for this game. So
We won't be.
we won't be. Yeah.
And I don't love you, that's for sure.
It's so rude to
He
Twitch.
does. Sadaddy loves you.
So good.
You don't even know. You don't even know how much
I-
Sadaddy does behind the scenes. Like he's messaging me every day, going like, "Oh man, I really hope like Twitch chat is all tucked in bed with a hot water bottle. Like it's pretty cold out there. Can you just make sure like they get some hot tea to get them right? Like as
You
much
go
as
out to
he
dinner.
plays mean, he's
When you
like,
go out to dinner, Twitch, I say to GM Dan, "Why are we on Twitch, man?" And he goes, "Ah, isn't it fun?" And I'm like, "Nah, it is not. So don't believe the hype which this guy's trying to spread."
this crotch. He's the crotchety old man act
Just letting you
is
know.
just is an act. It's just a demeanor. He's actually very thoughtful about you, and like he's like, "Oh, could you send like don't make sure it's not from me, but can you make sure you give Twitch chat hugs and kisses before they go to bed? Maybe tuck them in." So,
This is what I say. I say Twitch is like the embodiment
Turn him off.
of what's wrong with today. Like, why do
Just
people
turn him
just
off.
log in?
Just turn him off.
Why is this happening? Twitch, have a day, right? Just have a day, whether it's good or bad. Just go away.
all right, with that,
But
call it a night. The rest of us love you, Twitch chat. Have a lovely night. Bye bye.
Oh.